Hello my beautiful darlings and welcome to Satisfactory. Here, get that out of here, that's better. Hang on. Got caught in my headset. That's typical, right? The rest is up in a ponytail, so if I look semi-bald, that is why. But we got a shit ton to do today, and also I gotta learn something to show you. I don't think I showed you guys this the last time, but today we're gonna go actually take a look-see, and we're gonna do so on foot. Hence, me no fly. And yes, I know exactly how it sounded, but honestly, way more fun than the flying bit. Walking, not so much, but we are gonna walk. And it would help if I walked the right way, wouldn't it? So, turn around, bright days, and let's try this again, shall we? And hopefully we do not get hit by a truck on the way. Even though I run fairly quickly with the blade thingies on. That doesn't mean I can't get hit by a truck. So, we shall proceed with caution. So here is our finished new facility to provide us with iron items. And I did have a bit of fun, but I figured before we fly around and then walk on the inside, we might as well walk on the outside first. And since I don't have any trucks running here yet, we can use their driveway, so to speak, to run. So even though this is essentially a giant box, what, you're not applauding? Aww, fine. But since this is essentially a giant box, I had to make it look a bit less boxy, and I think I succeeded somewhat. I'm just keeping an eye out for traffic here. But since both of them has driven the right way, and I got sneaky walkways here and there too. we are safe. We're safe. See, now on this side it doesn't look too boxy, but I kept the back side of the structure plainish, but the front of the structure got some pizzazz. Okay, I went all out. And here is gonna be our load stations, because they're still, so load stations, right. And if we look down here, there's the heart of this facility. One of the miners, the other mine is there, and behind that wall. Or this wall? This wall. Sorry, this wall. But yeah, we can watch the heart do his thing. if we're not too clumsy, which I am, this is gonna go horribly wrong. Mainly because I didn't put this all the way through. So, yes! Managed to do it. Managed to do it without breaking a leg, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half meters jump from up there. So ouch, ouch, ouch. As you guys can see, this is wide open down here, and I left it that way in case I wanted to actually have trucks on the ground. Plus there's berries, so I left it that way for a reason. Let's just run over here. So that is the front of our structure. I'm not quite sure about the colors yet on it. But I do like all of the divots and the beams. And I did put in some more work at my main hub area over here. It's not done yet, because I keep getting squirreled. And have I started a new session? Yes, I have. To experiment a bit more, because I was having too much fun experimenting on this save, so to speak, too. As you guys can see. This structure here's got character, and that structure only makes AI limiters, and they are on that belt up there. See, they are right there. But yeah, I had too much fun. Let's find a good spot here. See that? That is awesomeness in its best form. Modernism mixed up with old school. So with that in mind, I wanted to emulate that a bit with my new iron facility, since my iron up there is gonna get shut down and redone. So I don't want to run out of materials. I had to improvise a new area, so to speak, and that's what we made here. And I did leave out the bit where you had to sit through me swearing, complaining, a bit more swearing, and a lot of math, conveyor belts configurations, and let's just say it wasn't pretty. But I didn't want to torture you guys more than necessary, so that bit I left out. Okay? So let's just get up. But yeah. And I brought in some color over here, because over there, that's the blue section. So I brought over a bit of blue and some green, but not too much. Mainly because the concrete I used to make this dulls down the colors. The bright colors that you guys see here is because it's metal. And you might be wondering about this, but I think I already showed you guys that. But that is essentially a conveyor tunnel. And the only thing they are conveying is copper. Okay, enough blabbering. Let's get into it, shall we? Plus, I do want to build something today as well. So, I haven't decided yet if I want to recolor all of these babies. I'm kind of tempted to. Let's just disable fly mode again. Hello, Mr. Bird. So yeah, those are all iron ingots that are getting used. More ingots, and loads more ingots, right? So this is essentially the floor where the ore gets turned into ingots. Sorry, Mr. Bird. Bye, Mr. Bird. I'm out. Oh yeah, there's my fuel. All the way over from the hub to here. And it also gets transported all the way from the oil fields over to the hub, and then from the hub gets sent out to where it's needed. So it's a lot of did I forget to put in a stairway? Did I get squirreled? Yes, I probably did. Why didn't I notice that when I was coloring this? Ay, ay, ay. That's so typical. Me. Anyways. And I was so happy when I was done putting this together. Dang it. And we might have to take out that pillar. That is what happens when you get distracted. Because there are so many things to do. And also, when you're adding a shit ton of new foundries, well, we can keep a close eye on everything moving and grooving. And I had to play around with the catwalks. So this is essentially the observation area for this foundry section. Probably why I got distracted from putting in a way to get up and down to there. Now, here I had a bit of fun. So, because I went modern, I also wanted to create some depth to this build. So, and because things are a bit tight in there, I'm trying my best not to say that that's what she said, but there we go. Because things are a bit tight in there. And I wanted an overhang. I figured I might as well utilize it, so this is now the way you come in. And yes, this looks very chaotic, and it is, but this is essentially what is called a pancake floor, where you got all of your unnecessary bells. But they are necessary, but they look like shit. Let's be honest, they do. Are you done autosaving? Thank you, autosave. So yeah, pancake floor. More and they are going here, there, everywhere. And because I was having a screw problem, I had to improvise a bit. So plus I have plenty of ingots, so wasn't no problem. And since I did make my pancake floor somewhat tallish, not everybody would do that, but I did. I had plenty of room to put in constructors to create extra screws for me. And also to help me keep all of this moving and grooving and getting to where they need to go. Right. Enough of the pancake. Let's get out of here. That's one of the things I have learned now and truly appreciate now, is actually to take the time to put in a pancake floor. As you can see, there's evidence of me jumping up and down from here. Or rather, flying up and down, I should say. Let's rectify that before I forget. When I use the asphalt, I use the asphalt. There we go, that's better. But yeah, I now truly and utterly appreciate the pancake floor. Was to prior, before, when I was just trying to figure out all of the mechanics from all of the different bits and bobs that you needed to create to make other bits and bobs that you needed to create to progress in this game. Took a while, but I got there. So yeah, one thing I highly recommend that one does is pancake floors. They are very, very useful. So, and now we are at a construction floor, and as you guys can see, things are grooving and moving and everything. So the story spins, and I kept this fairly compact, even though I still made sure there's place for one to move around. And there's side edge. I had a bit of fun, okay? But yeah, this is now my construction floor. And I will put in some floor decals here very, very soon. I'm just saving up tickets so I can get them. So all of this is going to be labeled nicely. Even though I have already started doing that. Hence the signs, right? So yeah. And here I haven't decided if I'm gonna put up a safety railing or a nice little half wall. But I actually think a half wall will look nicest. Let's see. Let's compare. Just for the hell of it. So, those are the little wall pieces that we have. And then we can either do that or that. So that is our three options. I'm gonna leave this tree up there So you guys can think about it. Give me your opinion what would look nicest here. Yeah. Let's continue to the grand entryway. And if it isn't clear, I actually spent a decent amount of time to make this epic arch, so to speak. Kind of reminds me of a Viking longhouse, actually. They tend to have those arches. So yeah, just a small architectural side note. So rotor spin, right? Modular frames. And a gorgeous view. Now we can see the other arch thingy. Reinforced plating. Reinforced plating. And there is my extra screws. And that right here is for the overflow, so we don't have any production halting and being like we're full, we can't do this anymore. So yeah, so that is the end of the madness in here, I think. And I will have a play around with catwalks in here. So when you enter in from the main door, right? So where we gotta jump here to get up and over. I want to make steppy steps so you can oversee it from above, so to speak. But that's for future me to actually tinker it. Right. Last but not least, let's get back to the fly thing. There we go. I found the perfect nice little spot for my overflow problem. First, let me show you the roof. So I try to follow the curvature of our archway, so to speak, without, you know, doing it literally. Plus, I wanted a bit of shape to the roof. So that way is not just a flat surface. And if you, like me, tend to go places where you're not supposed to be, you still have something interesting to look at. Now, the next thing I wanted to actually show you, besides the glorious shenanigans I actually managed to do over by my hob. That actually looks good. Yeah, I've been away from the save for a bit, so. Like I said, experimenting. But I did do some color blocking over here. And I added in some sneaky little shapes here and there too. And that is one of the places where past me exited without thinking, of course. So we got now something in there, and the other something's got a tower because it's, and the other awesome thing is contained underneath here. Okay. And those are because of Squirrely Me. Right, and underneath here is our trucks, which I kept very simple, as you guys could see. Again, it looks like its own structural thing, which is it is essentially. And then if we fly over here, we can see some of the materials getting moved in. Right. And I have slowly but surely started to add in some different shapes, materials. Oh, let's get out of the way of the truck. So yeah. I know this looks very much insane. I get that. And here is more madness. This is essentially the pancake floor for my sorting area and storage bins that is contained upstairs. But that is a whole nother thing. Honestly, that's a whole nother thing. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but okay. And I have been working on adding support to the roads. Not done with that yet. Not sure how I am gonna add in walkways for passengers, so to speak. Had to do some reconfiguration over here, which is also not completed because, yeah, meat gets spoiled. And now we are at our Nobelisc factory, and I'm actually quite pleased with how this came out. And it's fully supported, even though it looks like it's floating, but it's not, I promise. Okay, supported, supported, supported. And here I'm gonna add in some truck stations too. And a back door for the person now, hence me. Okay. But yeah, notice the way I have my doors. I'm pretty sure I already showed this, but honestly, I like this. This is so nice and cool. And it kind of blends in with the nature area as well, and it still stands out at the same time. Oxymoron, right? Oh yeah, I did find a cool cave. Right. Totally forgot about that. Up we go. Up here is not much interesting. It's just my criterium. But I figured we could make this look a bit more nicer. The exterior area of this. But first and foremost, let's swap some materials here. Do I want the grip metal or do I want that? I'm just gonna paint where I want to keep the outline, so to speak. That's most definitely gonna be a passenger walkway, but and so is that. We used the 2 meters. Yes, we did. Okay. Again, it would help if I push the right buttons. Really would. Let's see how badly we did do. One too many. Almost. C4 up, and then those down there. Is that too tall, maybe? Well, it's fine in the back, but if we carve away some of it here, like that, take a ramp wall, maybe. And we want the doorway area to be, let's see, one there. And you want one over here. I know right now it looks silly. I get that. Just bear with me a bit here. Oh. But you guys see that? That adds in a nice effect. It's all about playing with the different shapes here. Run it that way. See? I think that is freaking cool. And I want it slowly to slope downwards. Like that. And now let's add in some plaster this. Yes. But we will have to keep it somewhat taller because I'll have to cover up those somewhat. But I think we're gonna mix it a bit up with some metal. As well. Did you go? Let's bring in some metal here. Now we're getting the height, which is nice. And let's grab a tiny bit more metal. And sometimes you kind of have to play around a bit, and that way we get some of the new structures influence plus some influences from my hub area and also from my coal area, so to speak. So it's all about layering. But by now, guys, you know the drill. You know the drill. When in doubt, layer it out. And that is exactly what we're doing. We are layering and mixing and matching. And right now I know it looks totally bonkers. I get that. But we now have the idea of the general shape. And now we just get to play with form. Does that make any sense? I kind of feel like it does. But also, what do I know? I'm running on 2 pots of coffee. So. Let's get the normal concrete there. Normal concrete there, yes. triangle that away, and a triangle that away, that way. Full wall, another triangle. There you go. I know I couldn't swoop this, but kind of gives me a bit of better control, and I want a small sneaky area here, so we're gonna bring that out a bit so it's not just a big giant box again. Use that with another gateway hole. So now we are actually getting some intriguement here, which is good. Did I scroll past the windows? Yes, I did. Of course I did. There, I kind of feel like that's how's that? That looks somewhat even, right? And yes, I am imagining you guys letting me know yay or nay. And then that one. Boop. And boop. Right, more triangles. So I'm gonna bring the triangles that away. Yeah, that is not too shabby. Okay, let's see. Silver ball maybe. Or is that too soon? Might be too soon. Or it might just be what the doctor ordered. Thank you, autosave. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go to architecture. need some glass. We're gonna need some tiny triangles. See? But that way we keep with the angle shape. See that? Oh, get away from the trees. See that? Yeah, I kind of feel like that makes sense. And then over to the 1 meter metal. See? Now we are getting a nice wavy shape. I got 2 rows of that. That means we could get a row of the glass. Nice. Oh, now we got a beautiful slope. I like it. Like I said, I have been experimenting a bit with utilizing the different textures and shapes. And it takes a bit of time, it really does. To figure out, okay, is that working for me? Do I like this style or that style? And then try to implement it. Well, get a tiny bit more triangles. Kind of feel like those need to go the other way, right there in this section here. Just so we have an easier time with getting the roof in on this section. That's something one have to think about too. Roofing. That, let's see. That is not too shabby. Plus that means we can get another slope as well on it. But you know what? We are going to continue doing that in the next one. Because time is out for today. Hopefully my ramblings have made some sense. Hopefully. I'm not sure about that, but hopefully. One last look before we sign off for today. Boy. Yeah, I'm not mad at this. But one last thing before we call it good. is missing. Okay. I like it. And next time we're gonna finish up the roof, the rest of the walls, recoloring, and then we're gonna add in some lights. And no, I'm not cutting down the trees. Well, that one is going down, but the rest of them I'm not touching. They're staying right where they are. But that is all for today, and hopefully it was somewhat useful. Also, another question besides the railings is, would you guys have a total last build from the get-go where there's nothing and then end up somewhere like this? Or is this fine, what I'm doing right now? Alright, thank you for being here, and thank you for hitting that like button. Subscribe if you're new. More shenanigans is coming your way, and hopefully you have a great week. Bye. Ooh. Maybe we should well, I gotta recolor a shit ton, but I really gotta work on those walkways, don't I?